Welcome, dear listeners. Are you ready to delve into the darkness once again? From inexplicable paranormal encounters to unsettling mysteries that remain unsolved, we've heard it all in our past 2 seasons, haven't we? But rest assured, the chills are far from over. In fact, we're just beginning to scratch the surface of the unknown. In Season 3, we've gathered a bone-chilling collection of tales that will test the boundaries of your imagination and question the reality you think you know. So, as we take this next step into the shadows together, I want to extend a warm thank you to our loyal listeners who have journeyed with us so far, and a hearty welcome to the newcomers who have just stumbled upon our dark little corner of the internet. Remember, there's no turning back now. Once you've peered into the darkness, it peeks back at you. So, turn down the lights, put on your headphones, and let the stories unfold. And, of course, remember to breathe, it can get rather unnerving. Welcome to Season 3. The money, I said. I need the money. The man dropped his face into the carpet. He started to cry, but the sound wasn't quite sad, more like relief. After a moment, he reached into his back pocket and tossed a wad of cash onto the carpet. It was wrapped in rubber bands. "There's 3, he mumbled. "Take it all. Please. Thank you. I didn't know I could feel like thank you. The man was now rubbing his face in the carpet spit, sliding his cheek across the fabric like a cat. He moaned again. I leaned over, grabbed the money, and ran outside. As I stepped into the sunlight, I was hit by a cold wind. My stomach twisted, sweat dripped down my forehead. I thought back to my poison hypothesis, but I knew that wasn't the case. I wasn't sick, at least not bodily. This was all happening in my brain, a Trojan horse attacking from the inside. I looked left, then right, then left again. Suddenly, I forgot where I was, where the subway station was, how I even got here. I ran my tongue across my teeth, dislodging a piece of meat. Now, it didn't taste smoky or balanced anymore. It tasted rotten. I stumbled down the steps and walked left, or maybe it was right. I don't remember. But, I only made it a few steps. Suddenly, my face hurt. I looked up. My chest was on the sidewalk. The sun had set. It was dark and freezing. What happened? I asked, my voice raspy. I pushed against the ground and somehow made it on my feet. Around me, the drug zombies were more brazen, wandering out of their hiding spots and taking to the street. They bumped into each other, swung their fists aimlessly, howled like wolves. At night, Hunting Park looked like a carnival for the insane. I looked back at the man's house, but I couldn't tell which it was anymore. I reached for my phone to check the address, but it was gone. I checked all my pockets. No phone. No wallet. No keys. No wad of cash. Help me, I whispered, but my voice was getting weaker, each word a new challenge. I took another step forward, but my foot hit the curb. I fell forward, landing face first on someone's lawn. Pain shot from my eyes to my ears to my collarbone. Blood dripped onto my lip. Somehow, I managed to turn on my back, now staring at the smog-hidden stars. As I watched the night sky twist and turn, I became overwhelmed by a strange feeling. I closed my eyes. Then, I saw it. It was a boy's face. He had freckles and curly, brown hair. His eyes were open, but not quite looking at anything. His tooth was chipped. There was a line of cut flesh below his chin, running across his throat. Dark blood ran down his white t-shirt. He was young, probably no older than 6 or 7. I felt something heavy in my hands. I looked down. I was holding a shovel. The row of homes shrank in size, the flagpoles morphing to branches. I looked down. The sidewalk was gone. I was in the woods, standing over the boy's body. The trees whistled above me, the wind humming frantic, high-pitched. I couldn't stop shivering. As I looked down a second time, I realized where the boy was. The grave was too small for his body, his legs bent in different directions. Without thinking, I leaned down and scooped up a pile of dirt. I didn't want to, but I twisted my shovel over the boy, covering his face with stones and mud. It filled his open mouth. "Why'd you cry so loud?" The thought popped in my head. If you didn't cry, I wouldn't have needed to do this. I couldn't place the voice of these thoughts. They were invading me, attacking my pasture like hungry soldiers. "You made me do this." The other boys didn't cry. "You did this to yourself. You did this." I dug my fingernails into my scalp, hoping to reach in and stop the thoughts from coming, but they wouldn't. My reality kept slipping. I couldn't tell the city street from the woods. Then, I felt a hand on my shoulder. I whipped around. It was the old woman from the bushes. "Did you eat it?" she asked. Her voice was calm, measured. "Where am I?" "Oh no," she said, squeezing my arm. "You didn't finish it, though, right?" I looked around, dazed. The woman snapped her fingers in my face. "Hey. Talk to me. How much sin did you ingest?" "A few ounces." "A pound." "What was it?" I turned back, looking for a break in the trees to escape, but there was none. The forest had no exit, the trees bound together like fence posts. I turned back to the woman, still trying to catch my breath. "Just breathe," the woman said. "I need to get home," I said. "My parents, they'll call the cops, right? They'll find me." Unprompted, the woman stepped forward and hugged me. I hated it. It felt like getting strangled. "We didn't know what was in it," she whispered. "It's not our fault." "Get off of me!" I yelled, pushing her back. She stumbled for a moment, then fell back into the grave. I walked over to look, but she was gone. Only the boy remained. Where am I?" I asked. "Please, someone, I don't like this sigh. Please." I turned away from the grave and ran toward the tree line. When I got to one, I balled my hand into a fist and punched the bark. I needed it to move. I needed to get home, to throw up, to go back to normal. I knocked again, then again, then again. Still, no movement. The tree remained. I was trapped. I looked back at the boy. I could see his broken fingers peek out over the grave. I knocked 3 more times. This time, a light emerged, brighter than anything I'd seen before. I looked up. A man was standing there, a baseball bat in his hands. "PL, please," I mumbled. "Get the fuck off my porch," he said. I could see a few kids running around behind him, playing some game with wooden swords. No, I was. I tried walking forward, but he stopped me, pushing the tip of the bat into my chest. "I'll smack that junky smile off your lips," he said. "Leave. Now." I took a step back. I said again, but it was useless. My brain and body were in separate forests, the dead boy buried between them. I stumbled down to the sidewalk. I looked up. Somehow, the sun was here again. It was hot, blistering like summertime. My shirt was soaked in sweat. I walked forward, the streets of Hunting Park laid out like dead vines. I kept walking until my legs wouldn't allow it. I dropped to the ground, my elbows breaking my fall. As I tried to crawl forward, I tasted another piece of meat, still lodged in my teeth. Now, as I sucked on it, it was beyond repulsive, like eating a spoonful of feces. But, it wasn't feces, or expired meat, or a pork chop. As I chewed on the material and swallowed, my heart sank. I realized what I had eaten. All right, my friends, we've reached the end of yet another eerie journey, through the shadows of Reddit's most chilling tales. I sincerely hope you found these stories as riveting and spine-chilling as I did. The world is full of mysteries, isn't it? Remember, if you've enjoyed today's exploration into the unknown, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the podcast with your friends who also love a good scare. It's always more fun to explore the shadows together. A big heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers, listeners and patrons out there. Your support is invaluable. It keeps the lights on here, and more importantly, keeps us delving into the eerie corners of the internet to bring you the best scary stories out there. If you've encountered any creepy occurrences or have your own chilling stories to share, don't hesitate to reach out to us via subreddit chronicles@gmail.com. We always love hearing from you, and who knows, your story might just feature in one of our future episodes. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your hearts brave, and your lights on. After all, you never know what's lurking in the shadows. This is your host, signing off. Stay safe and keep exploring the unexplored.